Hey YouTube, it's your girl Terry, and I'm back in the dungeon, so you know what that means. Another what? Ghost time story with Terry. Now this time I'm going to start this one off a little different. I'm actually not going to talk about anything that had happened in my house. I'm actually going to talk about a couple things that happened in my friends' houses. So the first story I'm going to start off with is I have this one friend. She used to be my roommate, and this actually kind of took a toll on our relationship a little bit because she was a little upset about the things that had transpired in her home after. Alright, first let me describe the setup of her home. When you come through the door, you would come into a living room, and then you would walk into her dining room, kitchen area before you would walk out into her deck. So we're sitting in her kitchen area, and she's doing dishes, and the guy that's sitting there, that's our friend, and he's rolling up, and we're getting ready to smoke, and we didn't, like, we're chopping it up and everything, was cool and Gucci, and we're all having a good time, and I'm looking up, and I see this lady, and this lady has, like, her hair is up in, like, a bun, and she has, like, these little wispy pieces that are coming down, and let me take my foot off there, sorry about that, guys. And she has, like, this thing that, like, I don't know if it's like a top piece to a nightgown. That's all I could see was, like, from here, like, under her breast, like, one up, and I couldn't see nothing else because that's where I locked eyes with her, and I could tell by the guy, because he, like, paused on what he was saying, that he seen that I was, like, saying something. And just as I was going to say, yo guys, and I looked at him, look what I'm saying, and gone. It's gone. So that became a joke, and we, of course, smoking, and we're laughing, and I'm like, no, seriously, like, I honestly seen that, and she was just, like, dead, just staring at me. So now, another thing that happened, but it didn't happen at that house. It actually happened at her new house that she lives at. But it was years ago when this had happened. And what had happened was we were all sitting there, and we're kikiing, we're talking, and she has a sectional, and I'm sitting here, and she's over there, and I'm looking at the guys that got, her husband and my husband, they like to, make food together and stuff, so we would smoke and just laugh, and they would go and cook and make amazing food. So everything was good on that note, and then the next thing you know, she has, like, this statue, and it's a beautiful statue. It was a gift from her grandma, and it was an Indian lady, and she was sitting on, like, a crystal rock. It was so beautiful, and it was sitting on the ledge, not, like, real close, but on her ledge to her entertainment center. So it's, like, over here, and we're looking this way at each other. So next thing you know, this thing shoots off, right off, and hits the floor right in front of us. And we both look at it, and right away she goes to, what did you do? And I'm like, I didn't do nothing. I was just sitting here talking and laughing with you, having a conversation. I didn't move. I didn't do nothing. And not to mention that she has, like, a lip at the time on her entertainment center that comes up. So, like, even if I was moving or laughing, which I know I wasn't, or even, like, stopping, laughing, there's no way that popped off, like, 2 feet in the air. So we let that be. Everything goes. And the next time she's calling me, and she says, yo, I need your help. Like, me and my uncle were having a fight, and everything, not everything, but all the pictures all at once. Now, this is the second time this happened, but she called me on the second time. Everything fell forward at once. Blah! Now, to me, honestly, I just thought that was, like, her grandma trying to intervene, because, like, it was between her and her uncle, and being that her grandma was the matriarch of the family, she wouldn't want that kind of, like, hate or anything like that going on between them two. She would want them to be, loving to each other and accepting of each other, and they are now. So it's a beautiful thing. So the second story is about my friend that lived across the street, and like she's a really good friend. She's a sweetheart, a doll. If you ever met her, you'd be like, she's a solid person. So with that being said, we're sitting in her house, and we're talking about what was going on in my house, and she's like, I have a Congo line that goes through my house at night. Like literally, it will walk out of the bathroom and right into the next door neighbor's wall. Like just straight up Congo line. And she goes, and there's just one guy, and he has like a top hat, and it's, just like you can't tell what they look like, but they're shadows, and you could tell it's a guy, and he's wearing a top hat. And me, from doing my research, from living what I was living through, I remember a top hat guy, the shadow guy, who was the top hat guy, who like, it's kind of creepy, like he like goes and collects other souls that are lost, that haven't went and transitioned through the light yet. So I didn't tell her that, but I just was like, yeah, I heard about that shadow man. He's, it's just, it happens, but as long as he don't mess with you and everything's fine, you're good. And nothing did mess with her. But we're sitting there another day getting ready for a Halloween party. And we are dum 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 dum. And I'm like, what was that? Did that come from like the basement door? And she's like, I think so. So we get up, we check, nothing. Thinking maybe the wind, no windows were open, no nothing. Nothing. So I, being the person I am, I'm like, if there's something here, make yourself known. And the next thing you know, a shake on her kids had bunk beds, but they shook. And I was like, what was that? And she was like, that's the kids' bunk beds. Like, so I'm shaking it. So I stay there for a little bit with her, and we chop it up. We go outside, we smoke a cigarette, and we're laughing. And she's like, see, I told you I'm not crazy. Like, that is like literally happening. And I'm like, I know, I believed you. Like, I just, need to see it for myself. Which brings me to a point where my stove broke one Thanksgiving. It was like the day before Thanksgiving, and there was no way I could get a parts guy out or anything like that to help me. And being as though she was going to a family member's house, it was like, we're good. You guys can have my key. You're more than welcome to come and cook your turkey here. And I was like so grateful for that. But at the same note, I was a little afraid because like I did not know what was still in her house. So I go over, and I'm doing the turkey and all that, and I start getting like touched, and I'm hearing these noises, and I'm like, all right, next time I come over, I'm not coming by myself. I'm bringing my daughter. So I brought my daughter with me, just as a witness, just so like everybody, when I come over freaked out, people know why I'm like freaking out. So I'm sitting there and I'm basting the turkey, and the next thing you know, I feel hand go from the top of my head and pet all the way down to where like it felt like it pulled my hair out. And I whipped around on her real quick, and I was like, and she was like, what? And I was like, why did you touch me like that? And she was like, I didn't touch you, but you're looking at me all crazy, Mom. And I'm like, no, for real, I'm freaked out, not crazy. Like, I'm actually like panicking. And the next thing you know, you hear dum 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 again on her basement door. My daughter's face said it all. She just looked at me and was like, I looked up at her and I was like, Dave's going to be coming over here because I'm not coming back by myself with you. Because obviously me and her, we weren't down with it. We were like, no. We're going to send somebody else. Sorry, Dave. We sent you. And I think we sent my sister's boyfriend, so, over with you a few times to baste that turkey, which was delicious. Thank yous. But after these were finished, I did go over and I saged her house and I oiled it. So I hope it helped. And she did move from there, so I know that she's good now. So them two stories there, which were kind of like maybe like 3 stories put into one from their actual homes, were just like two of many. Like I said in the beginning, if you didn't watch my first video, I'll leave a link in the description, that the first couple ones were really big, and the last couple little ones were actually going to be smaller because, you know, they're just like filling stories until I get to my next thing. Now it's not going to be my next thing, but I actually want to start this on Monday. I want to start doing the hair tutorials on Game of Thrones. So if any of you girls out there like them Game of Thrones hairstyles, stick around, smash that subscribe button. Yo, hit that notification bell because I'm about to make them. And also, don't forget to leave a like and a comment. Show some love for your girl Terry. Until next time, YouTube. Peace.